Listen, make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New. And honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I am back with a recap of Real Housewives, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 16, episode 14. I'm going to just be giving my thoughts. I'm not going to talk about what's not important. Phaedra, you are so judgmental. You are out of order. I hope at that reunion the girls gather you. I feel like Phaedra hides behind a nice, nasty demeanor. I didn't like her commentary on Kelly. Kelly is so loud. Kelly, girl, is younger than you, so she gonna be loud and excited. Kenya used to be loud. Portia, when the girls get excited, they get excited. You've never really been, like, exciting like that, Phaedra. So I don't feel like Kelly is too loud. I don't like people that make a big deal out of little stuff. Kelly is, she the smallest person there. She gotta let us know that she there. And that's her way of doing that. And I'm sure she is happy to be away from all them children. Cause honey, Miss Robinson, I would be like, Ralph, honey, I'd be gone for a few days. Listen, like when I was younger, I did not understand why my mom always took all these trips. I said, why my mom always out of town? Why she don't take us? But honey, now I get it. And I only got one child. So imagine having 3 and 4, honey. Y'all got my blessing. Shout out to my girl, Melody Cherie. Melody over there with 4 cheering, honey, making it look easy, honey. Honey, it couldn't be Miss Robinson, honey. Okay? It's too many kids for me. It's too much. But yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way, guys. Put your comments in the comment section. Did that kind of rub you the wrong way with Phaedra? I didn't like Phaedra's commentary on Drew, talking about she looked like she was a part of the Flintstones, whatever she said. Drew looked damn good. Her hair, it looked better than yours, Phaedra. Her outfit. Phaedra, I think she likes that these women are younger than her and she can kind of clock them. Cynthia ain't clocked in because Cynthia used to get Phaedra together. Phaedra needs to be on a show with her equals. That's why I'm hoping that Kenya comes back, because Kenya would get her ass together. She would gather her. And I saw the interview that she did, Phaedra. You don't want Kenya to come back because you know what time it will be. You and Portia, y'all know what time it would be if Kenya came back to this show. I feel like these women are not talking about what they need to talk about. Okay, let's have a real conversation. Portia need to be clocked with all that shiggity with Simon. Like Phaedra need to be talked about what she said about Candy, okay? And the dungeon thing. She needs to address that. She needs to be accountable for that. Like, that's what I want to hear about. And I feel like we are not, because certain people are missing from the cast, it's like they can't have, these real conversations. We notice that there is this real energy between Britt and Shamea, and Shamea was being very passive aggressive on this episode, calling Britt out for, the amount that she donated, but doing it, in a passive aggressive way. Shamea actually looked cute, honey. Look, this is one of her good outfits. I am not feeling some of her confessional outfits. I'm ready to see Shamea. I love the page boy, or, I like the short hair on Shamea, but it ages her when she wears it for too long. Okay, I need to see some curls, some tresses. Shamea look good, though. She looked good. She said, honey, I'm not 2-piece ready. I love her honesty about her body. I did like that. Britt is overly defensive because Britt is insecure. And even though she has that tagline about her being paid and she throws shade, I feel like she's very insecure and she's not really being real about her finances. To me, nothing that Britt does makes sense. You're suing Bravo for a picture that wasn't even of you. You're saying they put you through all this emotional distress. They had you thinking it was you. They refused to let you see the picture. It's not making no sense. Then we got Kenya. Why would Kenya show a picture of somebody else that's not you? All the girls said it was of you. I just feel like, honey, I should not be this confused. And God is not the author of confusion. Britt is. And Phaedra gave Britt some really sound advice when she says, you need to show yourself friendly. And Phaedra put a button on it. And that was some real honest advice. You kept trying to argue with Portia at that table. Portia was exhausted. Portia was not here for it, and I don't blame Portia. I wouldn't be trying to argue with you either. You kept going back and forth with the ladies. Portia, you ain't never invited me to your house, so I felt like, girl, it sounds like you want to be around Portia. Just invite her to your house. Show yourself friendly. Okay, show these women that, you really want to get to know them, and you don't do that. You want to be controlling. You want to be dominating. The same energy, you guys, if you guys were paying attention, that she gave to Portia at that dinner table, that same energy is the energy she was giving Kenya. And people wanted to gaslight Kenya because Kenya is Kenya. Kenya is messy. But Kenya had a point about this lady. This lady is trying to come into a new friend circle, trying to control grown-ass people. Make that make sense. Bitch, you are nobody's mother. You need to watch your words when you speak and stop talking to people like you're crazy. Okay? And stop acting. To me, she gives off teenager, not late 30s. And all this victim playing with Bravo. And then again, I don't feel sorry for Bravo because y'all shouldn't have chose this bitch over Kenya. Because just what you were trying to avoid, you were trying to avoid a lawsuit with this heifer, you still ended up with one. Okay? Because the bitch was never humbled. She was never punished. And her money is not as long as Bravo's. So I see them settling this really quick. She may get a little bag because some of what she said in the lawsuit is actually true. But girl, you were showing your titties throughout this episode. You can't call like sexual harassment, and you can't really call that because you participated in it when you was telling us about your past. You was a webcam girl and you showed your body before. Like, girl, you gotta choose which side you go walk on. You go walk on the victim side or the participant. And I told y'all, these bitches today is dangerous because they don't know which side they need to be on, that they need to walk on. Okay, you better do like Isaac Hayes, baby, and walk on by if you can't choose a side. Okay, but yeah, it's like, girl, you are not a victim. You also, wasn't it her when she went car shopping, right? She's the one that threw up her leg and was popping her cootie cat when she was in that car. That's doing something sexual. So they are going to replay the footage of you showing your titties, of you doing all this schmexual stuff on this show, and they gonna be like, girl, you contradicting yourself because you can't blame Bravo for everything when certain shit, it came from you. Okay, you brought up sex. Okay? And if you come for the girls, they're going to come for you. When Angela mentioned her mouth and shit is stretched out from, all of that fellatio, honey, that the girl used to give, okay? Like, she clocked you. She clocked you with your own shit, and you don't like that. So, yeah, Britt is the type of person, she's dangerous because she wants to play the victim when it comes to everything. And she doesn't want to be accountable. She's also the type of bitch that wants to argue for the sake of arguing, not reaching a resolution. Okay? She just wants to argue. So, and then she tried to be all over Shamea when Shamea got the call about her daughter. Okay, and her daughter being sick. And yeah, I apologize, girl, and the stuff that, and at first I was kind of going to give it to Britt, but then I was like, this bitch is fake. It just seems so performative. The more she went on and on, I'm going to be here for you because, girl, that's what we do. And Shamea was crying and Shamea was just dragging your ass, okay, about how you drive Rolls Royces and you do all this and you do all of that, and then you came with the damn tissue. The girl is stingy. She probably stingy, and plus she probably don't really have it like that, which is fine. And then on another note, to me, you can't really tell people what to donate unless you provide clarity about, hey, I need about $1,500 from you, not in money, but of supplies, of stuff to give to people that have lost their toiletries and, everything. So, yeah, I just feel like you cannot tell people what to donate. Now, she should have donated more than that, right? And then they said that the man was supposed to come by and deliver more stuff for her to donate, and it never happened. She was lying, putting on. She ain't even paid the damn country club. So her next her next claim to fame is suing Bravo. And bitches like her is a liability. She's a liability. And we could have had Kenya, but we got stuck with this goddamn tryhard. It's like, ugh. And it's disgusting how she doesn't have her own identity. I'm seeing Nicki Minaj. I'm seeing a little bit of Kenya in her. It's just like, girl, be your own woman. That's why don't nobody respect you, because they don't know where you coming from. Okay? Angela calls Charles. I don't like how Charles is treating Angela. She's away with the girls for her anniversary. You got all these heifers on here getting a divorce. And Britt, stop trying to throw your whack-ass marriage in people's faces, because she mentioned something again about her being married. Girl, don't nobody care. But I don't like this shit with Angela where it just seems like everybody is acting like, I didn't even know Charles was married. Ooh, he don't even claim her. Oh, he got an attitude with her. Oh, he don't wear his ring. Oh, and it's just like, I just really feel bad for Angela, and I hope Charles gets his shit together. I believe Charles is a grown-ass man, and he just don't give a fuck. He's at a particular age where he doesn't care. He's not going to play by the rules. He's going to be difficult for the sake of being difficult because he's stuck in his damn ways. But I feel like I want him to kind of put that to aside. Shout out to Portia. And be there for your wife. Put up a united front. Act like you miss her or something. Because to me, at first, I was okay with him acting the way he was acting. Because I could tell that he loves her and she loves him. And everybody don't have that relationship or marriage where it's honey, boo-boo, kissy. And even when we think it's like that, people end up breaking up and getting a divorce. So, you never can tell, honey, whose relationship is real, what's real, or was they happy then, or, you really could never tell with people. Like, for instance, we see more of a united front with Shamea and her husband, but they could still get a divorce tomorrow. Like, you just never know with people. So I want Charles to take a look at his behavior and treat Angela better. She's actually doing the Lord's work, honey, on this show, with the way she shades and she checks the girls. Like, she's really on top of her game. And don't be her downfall. We need a story where the man is not the woman's downfall, where the man is not embarrassing his woman, making her look bad, putting her in lowest terms in front of these other women. We don't need that. And Angela doesn't deserve that, Charles. So I'm not gonna like you no more. I'm not gonna like you no more if you keep treating my girl like that. It's so unnecessary. Treat your wife as if you miss her. She was steadily trying to tell him she misses him, and honey, he better be glad he dealing with Angela, because this cancer would have hung the damn phone up. And actually, you got one motherfucking time to try me. I wouldn't even been talking to him. After the first time she talked to him and he was acting disinterested, he wouldn't have heard from me until I came back home. If I came home at all. And I'm sure if Angela would have got on that goddamn phone, the way you fix their ass is you do like Portia do, without giving them your pussy. Because y'all know she passed the pussy around Portia, honey. That's what Miss Robinson called her. But you just flirt with a man in front of his ass and see, don't he snap out of it. Now, if that don't do the trick, girl, just ignore his ass. But yeah, nigga wouldn't keep playing with me. Okay, I said Charles done lost his damn mind. He done put something in his being gay. Okay, nigga, don't fuck with me. Baby, that prime minister was sexy as hell. And he talking about he got him a teenager, and the girls, honey, was blushing. I said, look at you divorced hoes over there, honey. They was ready to give that cootie cat, honey. I don't blame them, no. I don't blame him. The prime minister, honey, was fine. I think him and Kelly would have made the cute couple. Portia, you need to sit your ass down for at least 5 years, bitch. Okay, you need to do time behind the crime that you did when you walked out with that lady's husband, honey. Okay, so yeah, but yeah. It was a mess. They was arguing and stuff all up until that man sat down. I was like, the ghetto, honey. So nasty and so rude. The girls split up. One group of girls went and did cooking classes, and then I didn't like the groups. And then the one group went to the waterfall. Of course, Portia had her whole ass out. I said, child, a mess. I didn't like the groups because I felt like it was too many new girls, and then it was the old girls. And Shamea, you want to be back with Portia so bad. You look desperate. You look thirsty. You need to break up with Portia, girl. I just was not feeling y'all fake ass Thelma and Louise vibe. Even them singing in the car. I mean, it was kind of cute, but it's like, when you really know what the friendship gives, honey, it ain't cute. It's kind of sad, okay? And Shamea, like a little puppy, you was, and she all in the confessional. I got my best friend back. Girl, when you say best friend, it don't mean shit. If it comes from a bitch like Portia, you could keep it, girl. Kelly is more your speed. Phaedra is more of Portia's speed. And that is how... Look, and that's the way love goes, baby, that's the way love goes, and then there's a time, okay, the spinners, honey, what you know about it, get into it, but yeah. I just feel like in order to be besties with somebody, you got to be equally yoked. I don't feel like they are. Portia sees Shamea as her equal. It's something about Shamea that Portia doesn't like. And I think if the people pleaser, Shamea would admit that there's some shit about Portia she don't like. Because see, she's not even willing to really admit it and stick to it. It's, well, they making up stuff. When did I say that? Who said that? You know, she acting like that with it, and I ain't got time. And another thing with Phaedra, are you jealous of Kelly's body? Like, you always making fun of her outfit. She too damn loud. It's something about Kelly. It seems like it reminds Phaedra of herself. And I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It seemed like there's some jealousy of Kelly. Okay, I feel like she really likes Kelly. Underneath, she doesn't want us to know it. I could see it. She sees Kelly in herself, but for some reason, there was all these little put downs with Kelly that I was not feeling. Oh, Britt threw up. she threw up from all the tequila shots, and it seemed like she was a little irritated with Shamea, because Shamea is always saying it's shot o'clock. But girl, you ain't got a drink. I didn't like that speech that Shamea did with Britt about, well, don't drink and don't, well, if you can't handle it, then, girl, shut up. Shamea, you doing team too much. And I think you're doing team too much because you know you're not giving much else. So you feel like you need to be a little extra, and you falling flat, mama. Shamea is not being how I thought she would be. She needs to separate from Portia, be her own woman. That's another reason why she's not translating the right way to the girls, because she's giving out advice to Britt that she actually needs to take. Okay? She actually needs that advice. What did y'all think about the donation thing? And Phaedra says, if you can spend $200 to $300 to get your nails done, honey, I wish I would. The way these press-ons is set up over here, we don't be paying unnecessary money for shit. The way that it's set up now, you can go in the store. I kind of get with them. They're on TV. They need to have their makeup done 24/7. They need to have their nails done. The nails can't be coming off, child. I kind of get them spending money. I do understand that versus a normal person. But I don't know. Phaedra says that you should not donate anything less than $1,000. I agree with that to a certain extent, but I feel like if you didn't tell this woman flat up, like straight out, hey, the cap is this, at least send $350 worth of things, right? Or in money. She sent a $250 cash app. Hell, she donated. She didn't donate what y'all wanted her to donate, but hell, like it, take it or leave it, she donated. Okay? But Britt is a bit contradictory, because, like, she's a contradiction of herself, because in 1 minute, it's like, yeah, I'm beautiful and I'm so paid, and, well, bitch, act like it then. Give these people at least $500. What you doing with the $250? I don't think she got it like that. And it came out with the whole food situation down to the country club. You know, I just feel like if she would have been more honest about her situation, I feel like Britt wanted to be a shell of herself. Some people, they don't want you to really get to know them because they feel ashamed of certain things. And it's all about, you know, it's all a part of being human, because sometimes your money just ain't like that. Maybe, and that's the thing. Not everybody on TV has money. I like hearing stories of people that say they struggled or they went through this before they got their money together. I think that that is so real. I think that that is so, like, relatable. I admire that. I do. Instead of putting up this facade that you paid and you got all this damn money. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I felt like Shamea was reaching. Like she wanted to have a issue with Britt and put her out there. Because remember, Shamea's money is way different than Britt's. It is. And sometimes what you may give in certain situations is not what the next person would give. But the girl did give. It's like in Set It Off shit when Queen Latifah and the girls was like, fuck it, TT was there, you know? Shit, she was there. But and you had Frankie. That's what Shamea was. She was Frankie. She ain't do shit. She shouldn't get shit. Goddamn, Set It Off. I knew that this shiggity reminded me of something, honey. I'm gonna have to watch Set It Off with my daughter, honey. Okay, Shamea gonna like that movie. Okay, she gonna like it. But, yeah, I feel like that. I feel like Shamea, like, wanted to put that girl out there, and Britt caught it and called it out. You can't be mad at her for that. Can't be mad at her for doing that. And then, I don't know. It kind of reminded me of Married to Medicine. The girls trying to put Phaedra out there. Well, Phaedra, and Phaedra ended up telling them, yeah, I wrote them the check. I ain't got time for this dumb shit, and I ain't got no money. Because people like to do that, especially women. Women love trying to put another woman down and be like, see, she ain't got no money like that, and she ain't got... Sometimes people don't have extra money to just give like that. And I think it's wrong to try to, bully somebody into giving what you would give. Because maybe your finances, Shamea, are set up differently. I'm just saying. Phaedra picking on Drew, calling her Drusilla. Like, stop coming up in here trying to have the same beefs as Portia and Shamea. Y'all know that them girls are into it with Drew because they're jealous of her and because Drew is climbing and they don't like it. Some of these women out here, they only like you when you are in a burning house. Okay, when you are struggling. Just like, remember on Love and Marriage Huntsville, Latifah and Kimmy, they love them some Melody, honey. When Melody was struggling with Martell, and remember Tisha told Melody every chance she got, he cheated on you, he did this. Soon as Melody brought up her shiggity in her marriage, she was quiet and shit. That's how the girls do. Okay, so they love you when you in a burning house and you don't want to be cool with them type of people's child. But yeah, I feel like Phaedra is doing way too much. She's not really getting to know people. She's kind of like, whoever Portia is cool with, I'm cool with. Get to know people for yourself. Be on some Cynthia type of shiggity. Okay? I think because these women are younger than Phaedra, she kind of feels like she can kind of run them and kind of get over on them. But they she go fuck around and find out. Okay, Kelly probably gonna end up cussing her ass out. I know Angela go gather her. Angela is older and just more mature than the other girls. The other girls, all of them, Drew included. I love you, Drew. But sometimes y'all give Sweet Valley High, Saved by the Bell. It's this teenage shit that I can't get jiggy with. All you hoes is older than me. And Miss Robinson gives grown woman. And I feel like real women, we speak a certain way. This teenage shit, goddamn Sabrina the Teenage Witch, that used to be my shit. But, yeah, they childish. Portia tells Shamea, Drew is calling you a lapdog to try to say that you are beneath me and you're not. Portia, I don't think you believe what the hell you just said. You do see that woman beneath you. People treat you how they feel about you. I will say it again. People treat you how they feel about you. It took me some years to really, I'm a smart woman. But I think it's hurtful when you're friends with somebody or maybe even in a relationship with somebody and you have to realize people don't see it for you like that, but it comes out with how they treat you. You just have to pay attention. And sometimes because a certain person has a title in our life, we are not willing to see the forest for the trees and really see, how people really look at us. And Portia, you treat Shamea like she is beneath you. And that's why this is a topic of conversation. And that's why Drew said a hit dog will holler. Because you hollering, Shamea. Because this bothers you. Because it's true, though. You are a lapdog. You are willing to put your feelings to a side. Shout out to Portia for Portia. And Portia would never do that shit with you. Portia is always number one on her call sheet, honey. She would never put you above her because she don't think you look as good as her. She's jealous that you still over there with your African, and she has yet to maintain some shiggity. And to me, she can't maintain relationships with people. And Simon was nothing but a mirror, of her that she's not willing to look at. Okay? They both scammers, just in different ways. They are going for the superficial in life. They only care about how things look, not how things really are, right? So, yeah. Betty Rubble, that's what Phaedra called Drew. It didn't land for me. Drew looked damn good. This the best she ever looked. The only thing I don't like with Drew is when she go to running, she always tears something. It's like, Drew, bitch, sit down. Sit down. You ain't running nowhere, child. But yeah, Portia and Shamea, they're jealous of Drew. I don't like that Cynthia is so neutral, she's not being real. I feel like if we had Nene on the show, if we had Kenya, Candy, that group, they would be calling Portia out, Shamea out. We would be having a real show. Instead, we're having this teenage mutant ninja turtle. It's just, I don't know. It's very high school. It's giving high school. They're not having the conversations that they really need to have. Certain people are not being addressed for their mess. Like, Cynthia just trying to go along to get along and keep her check, child. I like, there are certain times I like Cynthia on here, but she's not really adding anything. Like Nene said, she's not really, they need Kenya on here. They need Nene. Hell, look, if they put Nene back on the show, that would be half the problem solved. Okay? Hell, even Candy, I think, would point out the issues between Portia and Shamea in their friendship, because even Candy alluded to some things in one of her interviews. So I think that Candy would address some shit, but Cynthia is just not gonna do it. And even, I don't really want Sheree back on here, because Sheree don't give nothing. But she a OG. That's about all she is. She don't really, honey, ever since she dated Martell Hookhead of Hope for this show, it was trash. I don't like fake manufactured storylines. I like the real deal Holyfield. And to be honest with you, I feel like the shit going on behind the scenes, like this lawsuit with Britt and the drama with Kenya and the poster, I feel like all of that shit has I don't know, it's overshadowed the season. That stuff is more interesting to talk about than, really what's going on the show. And Shamea, you can't laugh about Drew's wardrobe. She been looking better than you this season with her hair and outfits. You look cute with this outfit you have on. I think her luggage was still lost, you guys. I felt bad for her. But yeah, girl, you can't talk, because some of that maroon shit that you got on in that confessional, it don't look good. It looks basic, and I want to see your hair a different way. The girls got Angela a cake for her anniversary. I thought that was sweet, but they talk a lot of shit about her marriage. So I was like, is this really genuine? Angela was touched. She was crying because she has a genuine spirit, but yeah, I don't like the shit that they've been saying about her marriage. So I really do hope that Charles gets it together and start putting up a united front with our girl. Because if anybody deserves to be treated well on this show, to me it's Angela. She really, she does a lot for the show. I don't think she's a nasty person at all. She can get nasty, but she's not nasty in nature, So, yeah, Charles, you better get that shit together or we gonna be dragging. I like that Drew stood 10 toes down and did not comment on Charles and Angela's marriage. I know the producers, they're going to use, they're going to really make a spectacle out of how Charles treats Angela. So like I said, I just hope he gets it together. But shout out to Drew for doing that. That's what a real friend does. I like how the ladies was dancing in the waterfall. Look at that damn Cynthia. Cynthia bad as hell. 50 where? 50 what? 50, Cynthia almost 60. Beautiful. Shamea, your body look good, girl. Is she wearing one of Portia's bathing suits? Look at Phaedra. She done got her body done. Phaedra done came a long way, honey. Okay? Portia looking good. Portia always looked good in her two-piece. I give it to her. She done got her body done too. Shout out to the girls for getting their body did. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Listen. What is up with Phaedra and the word monkey? She feels like it has a negative connotation. So I don't know. I thought that was a little weird. Charles ain't shit. Angela, girl, don't you beg on that phone for him to leave you with something. Okay, I told you I wouldn't be talking with Charles. Charles will see another nigga in that room. Y'all know how I like to communicate with these niggas. Okay, I like to meet them where they at. Hallelujah, honey, hallelujah. But yeah, Charles ain't shit. He said, don't get into no scuffle with nobody, bitch. He ain't shit, honey. I see some Crisco in the bathroom, Angela. On the floors, honey. Ain't nothing like mopping with some Crisco. Wink, wink, baby. Britt looked real pretty in that brown at that table. She looked really, pretty. Shamea, you do yourself a disservice by being passive aggressive, by being a people pleaser. I believe Britt when she said she talked to you and you just told her in an ambiguous tone, well, give what you want to give. And see, you can't tell somebody that and then as soon as they give less than what you expected, now you got an attitude with them, now you taking shots at the table, then you tried to gaslight the girl and try to act like that didn't happen. You have been taking shots at her. Look, no pun intended. Okay, it's shot o'clock. You was trying to have a moment with her. And you know damn well you didn't have a direct conversation with her because you not that type of bitch. You can't even be direct with your own best friend. So I believe Britt. Even with how I don't care for Britt, I do believe her, you know, with what she said about Shamea. Britt didn't like that Portia came at her in a text message and said, who is this? Portia said, who said that? I was like, girl, you gotta stop doing that. That's what got you in trouble the last time, all that who said that. I can't halfway trust nothing Portia say. I feel like we at a table with a whole bunch of scammers. Britt, Shamea, we know Portia will lie and stretch some shit out. Okay? Portia got on Britt for her condescending tone. She was being condescending. Baby, you gotta let me finish. And I agree with Cynthia. They don't let each other finish their sentences. But I do feel like Britt has this energy. She has like this ego that's inflated for absolutely no reason. This is your first season. I need you to calm down. I didn't like how she was talking to Portia. I felt like Portia, unlike Shamea, had a different energy with her. And she just, you know, she was trying to control, you know, their back and forth. And she was being condescending and being patronizing. And I wasn't feeling it. Angela, girl, this is not a sisterhood. It's not. I didn't like what Portia said about Angela. Charles doesn't wear his ring. We keep hearing about this baby. She said that the baby situation ain't true. Do you really want us to go there about you and Simon and how you went into Fallon's house and walked out with her husband? That's what I'm saying. Like, Portia, you don't want the girls to come for your ass. That's why you didn't bring your ass right back once you got with him, because you already know that the girls was gonna drag your ass. So you really need to be shutting the fuck up. For real. Like, girl. Because Simon is not out here claiming you. He already, on to his next victim. And then ship Simon's ass back to Nigeria. He gonna find a way to get back. Okay? And get out that man's house and stop playing. I felt like Phaedra's advice to Britt was good, but girl, you have self-sabotaged over the years, collecting enemies for no reason. It just be, sometimes the message don't land because of the messenger, but it was a good message. Because, yeah, that fussy shit that you doing, Britt, where you need to have the last word and you need to control your interactions with these women, you need to quit. The ladies comfort Shamea after, hearing that her baby is sick. That's pretty much what happened. That's all I got to say about this, you guys.